Hello everybody and welcome back, it's me, Shweebe! Welcome to House Hunted. This is yet another game created by the fabulous Mortis Fox and Bile Shroom, the same creators for John Doe Plus, Purple, and the Phobia Project. So I am super excited to see what characters and fun secret things will be in this game. There are 4 endings, we're gonna aim for every single one. The game you're about to play contains graphic violence that some may find uncomfortable or disturbing. The creator takes no responsibility for those who may be upset by proceeding by continuing. You are consenting to the contents therein and agreeing that you are capable and mature enough to enjoy this content responsibly. This is your last warning to skippeth. Alright, we're going on. Ugh, what a long bus ride. But I'm glad I'm finally here. You looked around yourself, taking in the surroundings, breathing in the nauseating aroma of a bus exhaust and oil. Well, there's obviously not much to look at here at the Gray Horse bus station. I'm sure the rest of the city is beautiful, just like the brochure said. Hopefully the apartment company was honest about having my new place ready to move in. Quickly grabbing your modest baggage from the bag claim, you straighten your clothes and walk towards the nearest visitor center. Ooh. There's a cafe nearby. I am starving right now, and it'd be a nice pick-me-up. I also kind of wanted to see the city. I could just wander around a little bit. I'm also pretty tired. Maybe I should just head to my apartment. Okay, so we can either head to the cafe, wander aimlessly, or maybe just go ahead and head straight to the apartments. I am going to go ahead and head to the apartments. I'm so beat from the 6-hour bus drive, I should just head to the apartments and order a pizza or something. The classic move-in food. Oh, heck yeah. Like, your first week of moving in generally is just takeouts or something that you can buy quick and easy from, like, the local dollar store or something, because you're gonna be so busy moving everything in and putting stuff away and getting your house ready to be a home. It's exhausting. As you approach your new apartment complex, you feel warm in your heart and can't help thinking about how you're finally getting a much-needed change in your life. Take a deep breath in, taking in the cool, clean air of the valley, and step forward to find your apartment number. Ah, here it is. It's just so exciting. I've been wanting my own apartment for a while. You go to turn the handle. Huh? The door doesn't budge as you twist the handle. You try again. It's locked. What the heck? They said the door would be unlocked when I got here. I should give them a call. We don't have keys? That's already very suspicious. We don't have keys to why would it already... Why? I don't want to go in there and just find some rando in there. That'd be kind of weird. Oh. Before you can pull out your phone, a very tall, older gentleman stands directly in front of you, towering over you and staring directly into your eyes. Hello? Can I help you, sir? He is very swanky looking. He stares a moment longer before adjusting his blood-red blazer, flashing his shockingly white teeth at you. It's a smile that makes you a little nauseous, but you're not sure why. You're new in town, lost and wandering. You need a place to call your own. The way he talked surprised you. His voice was so smooth as if he's given his same speech a million times. I think... If I know anything about the previous games that Fox has made, I'm already very sus of you, but I will probably fall in love with you all the same. His name's Mason. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Mason Tallow, #1 realtor in all of the Uncanny Valley. If you don't know what the Uncanny Valley is, I will give you a short description. What the Uncanny Valley is something that is... When you look at something and you can't quite determine if it's human or if it is, like, something not human. There's this gray area there that makes stuff very unsettling and... just, it causes all the hair on your neck to stand up on end. So it looks like the Uncanny Valley is now a real place. That is cool. I can help you find your dream home today. He quickly snatched a business card from his breast pocket, only for another identical business card to pop up to take its place. Oh, what a smile. He offered it out to you, his hand coming uncomfortably close to your face, making you flinch back a bit before taking it from him. Give me a call and we can get you set up in a new house today, guaranteed. No, thank you, but I already have an apartment set up to move in. I'm just having a little issue today is all. That look is kind of scary. That's quite all right. I'm sure you'll be giving me a call. I am the #1 realtor in all of the Uncanny Valley, after all. I have never had a disappointed buyer. You'll love the house I found just for you. I'll be waiting. Stranger danger, I need an adult that is not Mason right now! The strange realtor walked away before you could get a chance to argue, his long legs carrying him faster than you expected. What an odd man. Well, no harm holding on to his card if the apartment falls through. You quickly pocket the card and pull out your cell phone. Hello, Uncanny Valley apartment hunters, how may we help you? Hello? I'm supposed to move in today, but my apartment is locked? You can hear paper shuffling on the other side of the line, followed by what you can only describe as the roars of an animal you can't place. I mean, it is the Uncanny Valley. Wow, I couldn't say the word to save my life. Yes, you. We had a little issue with the apartment, and it won't be ready until tomorrow. Our apologies. What am I gonna do now? What could the issue possibly be? Maybe you could pry more for a better explanation, but you also don't want to be rude. See, this is where I'm a little petty in this regard. You said that it would be ready for me today. I am here today, and now you are telling me it is tomorrow? I am already here. So one of two things is going to happen. You are either going to get me into my apartment today, or you are going to buy me a hotel for today. That's just how that's going to work. Okay, so we're going to persist. What do you mean something happened? I don't really have anywhere else to go. You hear the clicking of what sounds like a typewriter for a few moments and a loud, annoyed sigh. We've been having some issues. You wait for an elaboration, but you're met with a long, awkward silence instead. No. See, again, I'm a little too, no. You said, therefore it shall be. Yeah, what are the issues? More typing and paper tearing? Is that a blender? Your apartment will be ready tomorrow. Do you need anything else, you? I came today. You said today, and now you're telling me tomorrow? I don't think so. Whatever. You sigh, defeated, and look around you. There's nothing much to really do in the situation besides look for a hotel. And maybe not get this apartment complex. Just saying. No, that's it. Thank you. Please call me as soon as my apartment is ready. Of course. Good day. With that, they hung up and left you standing in front of the building. You should have already been in by now. Shoot, now what? You shove your hands in your pockets absent-mindedly and feel the hard piece of paper crunch against your fist. Pull the paper out of your pocket and suddenly remember Mason. Yeah, right. I was lucky to afford this apartment. I can't buy a house right now. Can't any of us? Still, it wouldn't hurt to call and see what's available. Yeah. We'll go ahead and call Mason. Why not? Yeah, I don't see the harm in blowing some time looking at pretty houses I'll never afford. At least it's something to do. No answer. So much for being the #1 realtor in Uncanny Valley. Whoa! Wait a second. Exactly. Hello, and thank you for your call. Are you ready to see your dream house today? Were you just waiting here for me to call you? How ridiculous. I am simply the best in the city, always waiting for a prospective buyer's call. I am always ready to show you to your brand new life. This guy was starting to worry you greatly, but he was already here. It'd be rude to ask him to leave. Yeah, we'll go with him. Yeah, I mean, there's no harm in going with him. He's just trying to do his job, right? Right. He may be a bit pushy, but realtors are always like that. All right, Mason, let's go look at this house. Oh, I knew you would choose the right answer, dear buyer. That's kind of terrifying that you stated it that way in such a particular sentence. Let us go right there then. The house is simply dying to meet you. I don't like that sentence more. What? Before you could properly ask him why he phrased it so oddly, you felt him roughly grab you by the upper arm, dragging you along with him down the street. No. It felt like you had been walking for an hour in awkward silence, struggling to keep up with the strange realtor's long and fast strides when he finally stopped abruptly, forcing you to bump roughly into his back. Oh, it's a cute house, though. He didn't budge at all from the force of your weight against his back. You jumped back, trying to hide the red of your cheeks from your embarrassment. Sorry. You looked over at the huge house before you, the for sale sign glaringly obvious on the curb. This is the house? Oh, do you see something you like after all? I'm not surprised. This house is in very good condition. You don't think I can seriously afford this place, right? This place is huge. Quite the flatterer, I see. Did you build this house? I assure you, the price is very reasonable, and I'm willing to haggle greatly. The seller is simply looking to sell fast. You look back at the house. Something had to be up with this. It was sounding more and more fishy the more this realtor talked it up. Okay, what's the catch then? Catch? Yeah, come on, man. Why is the seller trying to get rid of this beautiful house? Did someone die in it or something? Of course not. His pause worried you greatly, but you were pretty sure you read somewhere that realtors had to disclose that information to you or something, right? Yeah, legally, they are required to. Simply come inside and take a look around. No strings attached. You'll love it when you see the insides. You won't be able to walk away from a deal like this, dear buyer. Something definitely felt wrong about all of this, but you were already here. Yeah, we'll go inside. Whatever, we'll go inside. Alright, let's go check it out then. Don't get your hopes up though, Mr. Tallow. Oh, I have no doubts that you'll be instantly attached when you see it. He roughly grabs your arm again, his sharp fingertips digging in roughly as you follow him up the concrete walkway to the bright red door. How long have you been searching for a buyer for this place? You decide to ask to lighten the mood up a little. You notice Mason staring intently ahead to the door, his eyes looking almost hungry as he ushers you through the door and into the living room. Cannibal? Maybe? That's my theory right now. It's very pretty. Oh, this place is pretty nice. You look around at the stand-in furniture and run your fingers along the couch. Oh, it's warm? In fact, the whole place feels really uncomfortably warm and humid. Do you think we could turn on the AC or something? It's a bit hot in here. It's a little hard to focus. Do you absolutely love this house? It's a little early for that. I haven't seen any of the other rooms. I don't feel very good. Can I sit down? Oh, by all means. Make yourself comfortable, dear buyer. You stumble ahead, the room spinning around you. You grab onto the couch to steady yourself and see the walls melting around you. Were we slipped anything? I don't think so. Mentioned he had rough, pointy fingers. Did he scratch us? The heck? What the hell? Oh, what's the matter, dear buyer? Are my guts alarming? Please don't fret, I promise it'll be quick enough. My enzymes will be sure to knock you out before the digestion process becomes too unbearable. He's a freaking mimic? What? What are you? You try to steady yourself, but Mason grabs you roughly by the throat and throws you down, pressing you hard against the floor. You try in vain to keep yourself propped up, your eyes growing heavier and your nostrils filling up with the sickly sweet smell engulfing the room. Just relax, dear buyer. You're going to make my value skyrocket. He was pressing his body against you hard, making sure your face was against the floor. It was warm and kind of soft. You started letting your eyes slowly close as tiredness and the sickly smell lulled you to sleep. Maybe this wasn't so bad, you thought. You were so tired and just didn't want to fight anymore. You could feel a stinging sensation against your exposed skin, burning you slowly, but you didn't have the energy to fight Mason or the house anymore. That's gotta be the sickly sweet smell. Or maybe you should say, Mason the house! What? Hang on! You finally let your eyelids drop, breathing in slowly and deep for the last time as the house slowly digested you. Mason's a mimic confirmed! House warming. Oh. Wow, okay, that's... Okay, we're gonna try some of the other endings. How about this time we'll head to the cafe. Yeah, I think if I go any longer without eating something, I'll collapse. Coffee also sounds pretty great right now. You finally make your way to the nearest cafe. It's small, quaint, and you can hear the chatter of random patrons inside. You slowly step into the cafe, taking in the smooth, rich smell of brewing coffee and the sweet scent of the baked goods. It makes your stomach growl even louder and prompts you to rush up to the counter to place your order as quickly as you can. After placing your order and snatching up your dinner for the day, you scurry over to the furthest table away from anyone else to scarf them all down. The coffee is thick and strong and slides down your throat slower than you expect. It's an odd sensation, but strangely not bad. The cake is an equally odd experience. You decided on coffee cake, but the flavor seems to be different with every bite you take, and it makes it hard to get used to eating it. There's also strange hard bits throughout it that pop and sizzle like Pop Rocks, but taste like cinnamon. You're so hungry right now, though, you just deal with the weird food and focus on just getting it all in your stomach as quickly as possible. As you're focusing on your food, you don't notice the older-looking man sitting down at the table in front of you. Oh! I didn't notice you. Hello? Can I help you? The strange man adjusted his burning red blazer and cleared his throat. His movements were so odd and stiff, as if he was made of cardboard. You're new in town, lost and wandering. You need a place to call your own. The way he talked surprised you. His voice was so smooth, as if he's given the same speech 1,000,000 times. Okay, I should tell you, I already have an apartment lined up, so I don't think I'm in a place to be buying a whole house. That's quite alright, #1 realtor. Don't be disappointed, I'll be waiting. You quickly finish up your food and beverage, making sure to leave a nice tip on the table before heading out to the apartment. Alright, how about we just be a little sissy about this and just immediately give up on trying to get this apartment person to help us out? You sigh, but ultimately decide it's better to just be patient. You don't know what the company might be going through right now. Thank you. Please give me a call when my apartment is ready. Yes, of course. Have a good day, you. With that, they hung up and left you standing in front of the building you should have already been in by now. And in this instance, we're gonna look for a hotel and not call Mason so he can't eat us. Said it's probably a better idea to go find a reasonably priced hotel than waste your time with realtors. You find yourself in what seems to be the heart of the city. The many buildings and stores almost feel as if they're closing in around you. Alright, hotel. Downtown areas usually have hotels, right? Oh? Lost, lonely? You didn't call me, you. Whoa! Mason? Were you following me? How silly. No, my dear buyer, I am simply that good. #1 realtor in all of the Uncanny Valley after all. I'm very sure you remember this, right? You clearly need a place to go, and I have the perfect house just waiting for you to be inside it. No! I fell for it once. No! Weird. How do you know my name? He just stared at you, clearly refusing to answer. Listen, I'm just looking for a hotel. You know, hotel. You make sure to really announce the word hotel to him as if he didn't understand. You really wanted to get this seller off your back. A hotel. The tall gentleman seemed to be struggling with processing what you told him. Something was even creepier when he frowned than when he smiled, which was shocking. Oh, my dear poor buyer, you are so confused and lost, I see. He wasn't listening. Listen, just come with me. Take a look around this lovely 3-bedroom home with me. If you don't absolutely fall in love with it, I will personally pay you for your hotel stay while I search for a house that suits your specific needs. You didn't like how his last sentence was almost a purr. Yeah, no, I don't trust you anymore. You ate me. But if he was being honest about paying for the hotel, what did you have to lose? Our life? You could just humor him for an hour and tell him no when he's done with his little speech. All right, Mason, you wore me down. I'll come look at this house you found for me. Perfect. I can assure you, you will love this 2-garage domicile that is just starving to meet you. Red flag number 337. You were about to question his choice of words when you were abruptly cut off from the sensation of a long, bony hand wrapping around your forearm, almost dragging you along with him as he headed towards God knows where. Maybe you made a mistake. And maybe we did. Something definitely felt wrong about all of this, but you were already here. We're gonna leave. You just can't shake your nervous feeling and decide it'd be better to get out of here. You're sure he'll understand. You weren't planning to buy it anyway. Listen, Mr. Tallow, I think I'm gonna have to drop out of the walkthrough. I don't want to lead you on to a sale after all. I'm sure you'll find someone who'll love this place. Yeah, so I'm gonna go now. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. I'll hold on to your card, so I will for sure call you when I'm ready to buy. I appreciate your time. Mason just stared at you for a few moments before walking backwards towards the house, stepping carefully down the concrete path and through the door, his head peeking out for a few moments to sadly plead to you before disappearing. You could have sworn you heard a low rumbling growl emitting from the house before you left. Ooh! Was that his tummy? It felt like hours before you finally made your way back into the city. You were so tired. You had to find a hotel as soon as possible. You jumped at the sound of your phone ringing suddenly in your pocket and quickly answered it, fumbling with the touchscreen. Hello, you? Yes, that's me. How can I help you? Yes, we solved that little issue we were having, so if you'd like to go ahead and go to the apartment, it's all ready for you. Oh my gosh, really? That's great news. There's this guy and he ate me with his house and I would like to go home now. Thanks, I'll be right there. We look forward to your business and remember, Uncanny Valley Apartment Company is dedicated to finding the perfect home for you. Our realtor free guarantee since 1992. Click. Why the hard sale? I already have the apartment. Whatever. You didn't have time to think about their odd tagline. You were just happy you could finally go home and rest your weary head and lay off your poor sore feet. Ah! Doe makes an appearance! You were just excited to get home. You rushed through the streets of the city. You couldn't wait to just get to sleep. It's been one long day. Oh! You lived. Doe Eyed. Oh! Does this particular ending technically count as, like... how you and Doe meet? Sequentially, if that's actually how that word is. Oh, that's so cool. I love this ending. For this one, we're gonna wander around aimlessly. Just kind of be nosy. I think it'd be fun to get the lay of the land today. Just a little walk around the area to see what's around and all. Ooh. After wandering for a good hour, you find yourself at what looks to be a business district. You're shocked to see such tall skyscrapers in such a small city. You find a comfortable bench to rest and drink some water, watching the businessmen scurrying past you on the sidewalk. Huh, they all look pretty similar to one another. You notice one of them looks more out of place than the others. Instead of the hyper-focused gaze that marks the others' faces, he looks sad? You wonder about him for a moment. Oh my, when suddenly a very tall, older gentleman stands directly in front of you. Strange realtor walked away before you could argue, shrugged it in your pockets. You decide to sit on the bench for a little... You decide to sit on the bench for a little while longer. You notice that businessman you were contemplating is gone now. You sigh and push yourself off the bench and make your way to your new home. Okay, so we wandered around. How about we be persistent again? Because why not? And in this one, we'll call Mason. So, originally, we would go with them. Let's change our mind right now. Actually, I think I might just go look for a hotel. I'm really sorry to make you come all the way out here. I'm just not interested in buying a whole house yet. He stared at you for several uncomfortable moments, the sickly grin seeming more full of malice than it previously did. Finally, he brought his hands from behind his back, straightening up his coat even more and adjusting his little house-shaped lapel pin. I will be waiting for your call, my dear buyer. Yeah, because we done teased him with a snack. Or a whole meal? I have no idea. And with that, he turned and walked away briskly. It felt relieving to see him finally leave. Now you can finally get back to figuring out what you should do next. You finally arrived in the heart of the city, the sounds of the city ringing in your ears and enveloping you. You're thankful the Uncanny Valley isn't a huge city, and it has a warm, quaint feeling to it. You begin to search the many building signs for a hotel. Finally, you find one, sticking out like a beautiful white beacon. You rush in quickly and ring the little bell for service and check in. You finally find your room, tears filling your eyes upon seeing the big, soft bed nestled in the center of the room. You quickly shed your shoes and jump on top of it with your entire body, letting yourself slowly sink into the plush mattress. I'm so tired. I can't wait to sleep in my own home, but right now, this is the best feeling I've ever felt. You slowly let yourself drift off, your body feeling as if it's being enveloped by a warm marshmallow. Think about where your life is going and smile to yourself knowing that you made it. You have an apartment waiting, you moved all by yourself, and the gas station approved your application. I'm right! This is kind of a sequel to John Doe. Okay, that's cool. So we have one more ending, and I think I have a rough idea on how we get it. Let's go to the cafe, because something about the food being odd and like pop rocky in our mouth, I feel like that might be part of it. So let's go to the cafe first. That's where we're gonna meet Mason, and he's gonna be his usual silly self. And we'll be persistent. Let's go ahead and call Mason. And he's gonna show up. We'll go with him. You shakily stumble over to the couch, your hands helplessly grasping at the warm leather. You gasp, surprised, as Mason grabs you by the shoulders, guiding you to the middle of the couch and helping you sit down. You try to steady yourself, rubbing your head in an attempt to stop the sickening vertigo. Can we maybe crack a window or something? It's getting really hot. I don't know what's wrong with me. You know something that's a terrible shame, dear buyer. You glance up at the room still wobbling around you, making it more and more difficult to stay upright. What? I was beginning to enjoy your company. It's not often I find such a responsive buyer, and it does become awfully benign simply eating everyone who comes over. Your eyes have difficulty processing the melting walls around you, becoming more and more organic and even meaty in texture, and you start to notice a strange, sickly sweet smell that you hadn't noticed a moment ago. Breathing it in makes you even more dizzy, and you slowly slump down on the warm, fleshy-like couch. Eat? Yes, you're new in town. This must be very confusing for you, correct? That's all right, you don't need to talk. I will simply explain the situation. After all, I am Uncanny Valley's #1 realtor, and I have been doing this for a very long time. Though it's been decades since I found someone so receptive, and the other folks here in the valley hate explaining anything. A very lucky chance you met me first. Oh my. You could feel Mason crawl over you onto the couch, his hands placed carefully next to your head as he leaned in close to speak in your ear. He felt extremely warm to the touch as his skin brushed against yours. You see, dear buyer, being the #1 realtor comes with its responsibilities. I'm not like the other realtors, you see. I take great care in what I do, unlike those who simply want a quick snack. It's become so hard here in the valley to find buyers, the other realtors have taken to simply snatching and running. Quite barbaric, wouldn't you agree? Mason gently cupped your cheeks as he spoke. You were shocked he was being so kind. You could feel him nodding your head for you in agreement to what he was saying. No, my value is much higher. I find only the finest buyers to incorporate into something much greater than themselves. I can't just have any tenants to eat now, can I? I have my standards, and I will not stoop to such low behaviors. You weakly nod your head yourself with his help, not entirely comprehending what he was saying or talking about, his words sounding further and further away as your body grew heavier, and it felt as if you were sinking into the meat of the couch. I just knew you'd understand. I suppose since we're getting ever so close now, I could drop my own facade. He doesn't get tired controlling this, albeit quite handsome, cumbersome little lure. Oh my! Oh my! You watched as Mason's eyes grew dimmer and his body fell limp, still being held up by something, but his limbs no longer retaining their rigidity. Quite impressive, isn't it? With such an attractive lure, it's become quite easy to bring in such tasty prospective buyers the old-fashioned way. I suppose it's just my luck to be so gorgeous naturally. It's clearly no wonder how I became the #1 realtor. Right, dearest buyer? Oh my! You blearily watched as Mason was yanked backwards and up towards the fleshy lamp on the ceiling. You noticed the umbilical cord like rope protruding from his neck as he hung there limply. So it's like a mimic, but Mason is the anglerfish of sorts. But Mason is the actual lure part. Okay! That's interesting. You wanted to scream, cry, or anything, but your body was totally paralyzed at this point, and all you could feel was the growing, burning sensation as something hot slowly seeped through your clothes and onto your skin. I truly wish I could make the digestion process slower than this. I truly do, dearest buyer. I would greatly enjoy some stimulating conversation. Alas, this is how it simply is and always has been, and I have not eaten in quite some time. Perhaps in another world, another time, we could have spent more time in each other's company. I'm sure you understand that one must eat, though, and I am truly grateful to you, dear buyer. Mason's voice was no longer coming from his limp, lifeless body, but instead sounded as if it was coming from the very walls around you. You could hear him sigh wistfully, and the walls looked as if they were breathing along with it. I will always think of you, long after you've become part of me. Whole. You finally allowed your heavy eyelids to close as you sunk deeper against the warm couch. You could feel the meaty fabric of the couch moving to cover you up like a soft blanket, almost tucking you in as you let yourself slip into a sleep you'd never wake from again. You died. Offer accepted. Okay, then. Well, I mean, that's probably the nicest way he could have eaten us. We didn't get shoved into the floor, but still. This was a really cool addition. I love that it ties in the John Doe series and is kind of expanding into this own universe itself. I love that Fox chose the Uncanny Valley. It makes so much sense. And if you haven't played John Doe or John Doe Plus, I highly recommend it. I would like to see possibly an additional ending to this because when we were wandering around aimlessly and we had noticed this one businessman that happened to look sad. What if, now hear me out, we somehow, I don't know, due to previous interactions with Mason or whatever, or like a secret special ending, we lured said guy to the house and became kind of like a, I don't know, an assistant of sorts to Mason, in return that he doesn't eat us and we get to live in him. That sounds weird, but I'm just saying it would be kind of a cool, weird ending. Just a thought. But Fox and Bileshroom, y'all did phenomenal. I love this so much. I will leave a link to this game down in the description below if you'd like to go play it for yourself. And if you have not already, hit that like button, leave a comment on which ending was your favorite, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's hear them battle cries. Woo! Yay! I'll see you in the next episode.